Hello and welcome. I have the hand here. The eye. The cover photo that you see, I owe that to Nicholson, 1968. That man, yeah, he's good at what he does. But I'm not going to talk about him or anybody else right now. I'm going to talk about the metaphor behind the Adam and Eve symbology and wording, because it's not what you think it is. Most people assume an apple, like in the picture. That is not fucking so. Because God never said what the fruit was, did he? He just said that there were two of the same fruit from two different trees. There were two of the same fruit, but two different trees. Man and woman. There's your two different trees of the same fruit. Now, let's break it down. The snake in the garden. You guys can't be that fucking dumb. It's his dick. His fucking dick is the snake. And the hair is the garden. Do we make a little sense? If not, let's bring it more. The tree of knowledge. The tree of life. Understand now? So we're going to get to the fruit that they bore. Okay? Took a bite out of the fruit, right? Took a bite out of the apple. Whatever. We'll call it an apple. We're going to call it an apple. I'm going to say children. And I can prove it. See, Adam and Eve was told not to do something, right? They were told they had two trees to pick from. The tree of knowledge and the tree of life. Knowledge and wisdom or life. She took over. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to bore you guys. I'm not trying to bring you guys in a fucking charade here. I just want to prove my point here. All right? So, basically, what happened was Adam fell asleep. She seen his cock became erect. Because what happens to you in the morning when you wake up? You gotta pee. Your dick is hard. So she's looking at his dick and she's saying, oh my God. And then she looks down at herself and she says, well, I have a hole and he has a stick. So she started playing with herself. She tasted the fruit. Okay? She tasted the life. The tree of life. She tasted that. Right? Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to be offended, but I don't give a fuck. But I'm telling you how it really goes. So, now let me recap here real quick. So, we got Adam and Eve in the garden. Two of the same tree, right? But different fruit. Man and woman. Different fruit, but of the same tree. The garden is their hair that they have down here. Now, the snake is his dick. Okay? The tree of knowledge is the brain. The tree of knowledge and wisdom is the brain. And the tree of what? I can't hear anybody. Well, anyways. I think you know what I'm saying. And it makes a lot of fucking sense. Because God didn't say what type of fruit it was, right? So now we have the tree of knowledge and wisdom and the tree of life. Like he said, the tree of life resides within here, here, and over here. Man and woman, right? Two different fruits of the same tree. Two different trees, but of the same fruit. Okay, so you can go back in the Bible and you can check it out. See, it's like, if you think about it like this, like a child's story, like a story for a kid. Eventually, when you grow up, you can understand it, and you can be like, "Oh shit, that's what they meant." Well, Eve, when he was sleeping, seen his dick erect, and she wondered, "What is that? Like, why?" And that was the snake talking to her. And as she was staring at it, he said, "Try me." So she looked down at herself and she said, "I don't have one of those. Why?" So then she started to touch herself, and she felt amazing when she touched herself. So then she told Adam when he woke up, "Try it. It's good. Take a bite." Now, the bite means go inside and fuck. Okay? Let me get a like if you agree, if it makes any sense. But the point is that when he put his dick inside of her and he listened to what she said, because at this point she took control. Thank you for the like, brother or sister. Don't know who's on the channel. Who's on the channel right now? Let me get a shout out to you. Sorry for the cigarette. I just do that when I'm nervous. Andy, what's up, Andy Key? All right, brother. Shout out to Andy Key. Shout out to Andy Key. Another faithful, a faithful, not follower, but a faithful knowledge, wisdom gatherer. I'm not going to call you a follower of me because I'm sure you're a follower of God, not me. So anyways, let's jump to the story, right? So now, Adam did what she said. So therefore, now it puts the woman in charge. It makes her the leader. Okay, so now what we have to look out for in the future is a woman. And I can explain all that later. We still have a time yet. But the fruit was what she bore from the tree of life, because the tree, the snake, is the tree of life. And when he puts it inside of her, they bore the fruit, you understand, of the children. Now, if you read the rest of the Bible and you go through it and you hear what it talks about fruit, the fruits of labor or the fruits, period, it's talking about children. It's talking about everything you've ever successfully done that was good. So she bore the fruit, which is the child, which branches off to be the tree of life. Now, we have different people, different life forces, right? So now we got Adam and Eve could have lived forever. They probably could have. But because they decided to branch off and have a child without knowledge of knowing so, they just knew it felt good. So they took a bite of that apple. What they did was they took away from their immortality and they split the DNA. And they created a life force that does, yes, the life force does last for a while, but not saying that, it regresses or whatever over time, right? But for you to understand, now I know I got a new person in here right now, but for you to understand what I'm talking about, you have to go back to the beginning. But I'll do a real recap real quick. We have Adam and Eve. We have the garden. We have the tree of life. We have the tree of knowledge and wisdom. Now, we have the snake, and we have the fruit. How you doing, James Kelly? Now, I'll tell you what, guys, we got a hell of a serenade going on here right now. Not too bad, brother, not too bad. I'm spitting out some spiritual wisdom right now that's going to blow a lot of fucking people's minds. Now, see, I'm talking about Adam and Eve here, and I'm talking about. Let me get a like if you like what I'm talking about. You don't got to hit it right now. Just wait, Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now check this out, right? We got Adam and Eve. See, most people don't understand or realize what it means, Adam and Eve, when they talk about the tree of knowledge and wisdom, which is the brain, and the tree of life. Okay? So, God said there'd be two trees, but of the same fruit. Two different trees, but of the same fruit. But he didn't say an apple. He didn't say a fucking peach or a pear or a fucking grape. He didn't say purple and white or purple and green grapes. No, he said two different trees of the same. All right. So now we have one tree which is knowledge and wisdom, and we have one tree which is life. Now the woman is life, the man is knowledge and wisdom. Okay? Now, we're going to do this. The snake in the garden is the man, Adam's cock, with his hair above it. The snake represents the one eye, a face with a tail. Yeah, I know. Fucking funny, right? But it makes a lot of sense. Now, instead of them being smart, and learning from the tree of knowledge, when Adam was sleeping, she must have woke up somehow and seen his cock erect. All right, we're not gonna beat around the bush here. We're gonna give it to you straight up without a chaser. Straight up without a chaser, no soda, son. All right, so anyways, she's seen his cock from this to this. And she looked down at herself and she said, why don't I have one of those? So now we got two different trees. We got one with a dick and one without one. So there's your two different trees. Okay? That makes sense? Yes or no? So what ends up happening is she looked over, she touched it. She touched herself and she said, oh, that goes here. So she put it together like a puzzle. So when he woke up, she took control. Now, he was supposed to maintain control. Now, this is where the shift of power goes over to women. This is how we know in the end of days that a woman will be the power shifter. So Hillary Clinton is still in the game. She just ain't out of it yet. You understand what I'm saying? So it's very hard to explain. That's for another chapter yet. But in order for everybody to understand anything, they have to start from the beginning. Because sometimes we have to look back to our past to go in and on to our future to be able to figure out what's going on. So now we got two different trees. We got the snake in the garden. Can't do that though. How the fuck are we going to get rid of her? Look at the tree of life that's already been branched out. And that's where I'm about to go. So anyways, the fruit, he never said what it was. God never said it was an apple. Most people ran with a fucking apple to deceive people. God never specified what it was. If you go back into the Bible, he never specifies. He doesn't say what it was. So now let's jump into it, right? So she tells him to try it. She fingers herself. She touches herself. She's like, oh my God, this is great. So she tells him to try it because she knows it's got to be the same for him. So he fucks her. Right? Now, this may be very grotesque to most Bible going people, but it's the truth. I mean, I don't give a fuck what you care about, what you don't care about, but it's the fucking truth. All right? So now she's getting fucked, and he comes inside of her, and they create a seed. She bears a fruit of her labor. God tells you this, that the fruit is the children later on in the Bible. If you pay attention to the Bible, he tells you. See, he gives you key things throughout the Bible, but he doesn't give it to you straight up without a chaser. No, he breaks it down throughout the whole thing because he wants you to read the whole thing, to understand fully. But when you put it into perspective, into the day and age that we're in now, you'll understand. You'll be like, oh my God. So it's kind of like, this. It's right in front of you the whole time. And until somebody points it out to you and says, hey, look, man. And until you say, oh, shit, I didn't even realize that. Wow, good looking, man. You just showed me some shit I didn't even know. Now see, that's what it is. That's the exact same fucking thing it is. All right? So now she bears the fruit. Child, which takes away from their immortality because they were both pure. But when they both converged together, they branched off and they created a tree, which now from two to one to many more. So now we know. Now we know. That's how it started, right? That's how. And then they got kicked out of the Garden of Eden. You know what that means? Do you even know what the fucking Garden of Eden is? That's for another topic. But I do have to get into some of this paperwork. I just wanted to give you a brief summary. Listen, Nicholas 1968. Pay attention to what he says. He's really fucking good at what he does. Richie from Boston, really good at what he does. Mr. MRBB333 is really good at what he does. Paul Begley is great at what he does, but he's off by a little bit. He doesn't believe the New World Order already exists. The New World Order has already existed from all these 70 years. Good one. Good one. Yes, the Bible is definitely written out of order. Yeah, it's a fact, Jack. Are you serious? Are you serious? Calm down. Grab a cup of coffee. It's my favorite line that he does. Yeah, it's my favorite line. Paul Begley is probably one of my favorites. Most favorites of all people. I see you, Andy Key. I see you, James Kelly. I know. They hate it. Don't they fucking hate that shit when we do that? Don't they hate that? When our significant others, don't they hate that when we get loud and we get proud and we know that we're on the right course? You know what happens is that they don't have time to research some of the things that we do, nor do they want to, because there's been so many distractions set in the world that nobody cares anymore. And the shit that they're really being serious about that they talk about in the news, they laugh about it. Like you can go back to Jimmy Kimmel's show on every president that he's ever interviewed about the Area 51 files. They all tell you point blank, we're not allowed to tell you. Obama said it best. The aliens keep a very secure network over our information. We're not allowed to disclose it. And these presidents tell you, but they hit the laugh button. The producers hit the laugh button in the background. So when the laugh button comes on and everybody else laughs, they laugh because it's part of the program. You understand? It's called Freemasonry. Listen, whatever you do, brother, don't push this shit on your family members, your friends, your kids, your wife. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you do, how much money you make. It will break you, man. You could make $1 million a week. They will leave your fucking ass. They will leave you in the dust. Fucking quicker than quick. The reason being is because they don't believe in it. Listen, the Mandela effect is real only because they're manipulating time. Yeah, I know all about the Mandela. I've already beaten it. Just like I've beaten Revelations in the Bible. I've actually beaten the Bible. But I can't call it beating it because I'm working for it. So I work for God and the Bible. Right. Because what does that do? What does that do when they find out they've been lied to their whole life? They feel like They're worthless. But yeah, it does. It does destroy their word. Yeah, the aliens about to make. Yeah, they are about to make themselves known. They've already warned our government to tell. But here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem. I'm going to explain to you what the chemtrails really are. And I'm sure you've all been waiting to hear the fucking true answer on this instead of all the bullshit you've been being told. Now, yes, it consists of barium, strontium, aluminum, copper, sulfate, all these metallic metal items, right? But all these items have one purpose in common, but multiple purposes at the same time. Same comment. So, anyways, let me give you this, right? So they're building artificial intelligence, which pretty much is the demons from the other dimensions. Got poor connection here. I don't know if you guys can see me or hear me. Absolutely not. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Okay, thank you for the connection. Good thing. But that's a lie. The 8 years ago thing, no, that's a lie. When that solar eclipse came across 33 degrees and they said we had 7 years more until it came back across to mark the X, that is when our end is due. We have 7 years of tribulation to go through. God didn't say that it was all going to be at once. He didn't say it was going to happen like that, and that's what most people expect. Most people expect it to be right then and there because they're fast. They want things fast, like the internet. Hey, I can push this button, it goes right to this. I can push this button, it goes right to this. So what they're doing is they're dumbing down society by giving them something fast while everything else out there is happening slow. Shit takes time to happen. This fucking Planet X is real. The Bible refers to Planet X as the red dragon that travels through the heavens with 3/4 of the stars in its tail that will sweep them down to the earth like pillars of fire. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm losing track of myself because, there's so much to talk about, guys. There is a vast infinity of information that I am privy to. Yes, there's definitely objects in our solar system, but we were warned by the races of the aliens. 1947, a ship crashed. We took it. We reverse engineered it. We made things better. We're cleaning up our atmosphere slowly. Yes, the shit that we're doing right now, the laser weapon systems, burning down the fucking California and all this other shit, getting rid of businesses, because most people clearly see from the aerial photos that the fucking woods around the buildings are still purely green. Doesn't make any fucking sense. So let's jump into this, right? So now we know about the laser weapon systems that they have on their fucking planes, right? They can't bullshit us anymore because we got too much proof. There's too many people out there with too many cameras. All right? They can call us wackos. They can call us fucking conspiracy nuts. They can call us whatever the fuck they want. But deep down inside of your heart, let me reach into your heart real quick. Do you believe? Do you believe what you see? Because seeing is believing. God told you would see the signs in the stars, the moon, and the heavens, right? And the sun, too. Now, there's a lot of videos coming out about the sun flickering. Good man, James Kelly. Hey, I know you do, Andy Key. Who's the third guy? Let me hear from the third guy. Can I get a hello? Can I get a how you doing? I like to greet my new guys when they come in. I'm not like the rest of these people. I'm not like the rest of these people where, I understand Richie from Boston. He's great and all, But I'm not going to disrespect you guys. I'm not going to read your comment and say, yeah, whatever. You know, that's not me. I don't do those. I mean, no disrespect to Richie from Boston. He's his own person, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But I'm going to do what the fuck I want, here and now. Because that's the way God made me. Let's go back to... Fuck, where do I start? I got so many articles here. It's unbelievable. It's pathetic. Pathetic, guys, on how God said, do not look for these things. Do not search them out. And I did it anyway. I, as an asshole, did it anyway. Yeah, I'm an asshole. And let me tell you something. A lot of fucking people have checked themselves in the nut wards, including priests, over this information that they found. Because they couldn't handle it. I almost checked myself in quite a few fucking times. Making videos, showing everybody. Because I just knew so much, but I couldn't get it all out in one fucking shot. And what happens is it eats away at you. It's like, damn, I can't fucking tell them. I can't tell them what I want to tell them. So I'll start with this. If you go back to the beginning of my video on this one, you'll see, and they're giving me poor connection from what I understand. But if you go back to the beginning of my video, you'll hear me talk about the Adam and Eve. But let's get rid of that right now. All right? We got volcanoes brewing around the world. There are 91 volcanoes under the Antarctic that are waking up. Now, there is a life form underneath the Antarctic. I wouldn't call it inside the earth. Maybe there is, maybe there ain't. But I haven't really done a study on that. But I do know that they wouldn't have made a movie based off of Journey to the Center of the Earth unless they've actually done it. And it's been proven by Admiral Byrd. Okay? No, I understand. Hey, let me get another like for the third person that's in here. Maybe, hold on, let me grab some paperwork here. Because I want to prove something to you real quick. Here, this is probably the best one. I want to prove something to you guys real quick. This is not a joke anymore. This shit is real. This is the last step to be implemented. Okay? This one right here. You see Steve Bannon right there? Do you see what it says underneath him? It's the biometric. Now, the last step is the Biometric Visualization Entry and Exit Act. I'll give you a description of that before I show you the rest of the paperwork. And also underneath, it says the proposal passage of the Davis-Oliver Bill. Well, the Davis-Oliver Bill is an immigration act. It's a bill. All right? Now, the Biometric Visualization Entry and Exit Act is this right here. It's your face, your hand, and your thumbprint. Now, when the Bible says, hear me out before you hang it up. The Bible says the mark of the beast will be on and in your forehead. On or in your forehead. So, what happens when they take a facial recognition? It's on your forehead because your forehead is involved. Right? In your forehead is your eyes. They can scan your eyes. Y'all know this is true. The right hand. On or in the right hand. Now, I'm not going to read this shit yet. This is going to be for a in-depth video. The reading is going to be for an in-depth video. Okay? But I have done my research. And I have far beyond destroyed, not in a bad way, in a good way, I've destroyed the Bible to its fullest. I've proven it in simplicity. Okay? Here's the hand. Okay? On or in the hand. Now, in the hand is the chip, or on the hand is a scan. Okay? So they're going to scan your hand. And it's going to be... now, they're getting ready to open up 200 stores in the United States. that are cashless and cash registerless, which means you just fucking walk in, grab an item, and you fucking walk out. Either scans your hand or it scans your face. Bada bing, bada boom. But you got to remember this. It's connected to the criminal database too. So if you're wanted, they're going to grab you. It is crazy, right? It does sound fucking nuts, right? But they told you in movies like 20 years ago. They showed you facial recognition 20 fucking years ago. Now, Trump has been planning this the whole time. That man, Trump, has been planning this for 20 plus years. His father has been planning it before him. Now, I've got proof that they admit that the New World Order has been around for 70 years. I have videos proving it. That Anderson Cooper and all these other fucking Joe Biden and all these other people admitted a New World Order. They actually say the words out of their mouth on the day of Trump being sworn in. Inauguration Day. I have proof of it. Why? Because I have eyes to see and ears to hear. And it's people like me that have to get the message out so that way the people can maybe investigate on their own a little bit of what I'm saying. Now, I don't want to bombard you with too much information because even though information is key, too much can be a bad thing. It can make you go crazy. So you must take it slow. And I'm forewarning you. Take it very slow because if you jump into this rabbit hole, it's going to be very fucking hard to climb out. I'm forewarning you. I almost didn't climb out. There's been times I've thought about committing suicide, and I said, nope, that's not what God would want. There's been times I've thought about going into the nut ward. Nope, I don't want pills because that's not what God would want. There's a lot of things I could cover here, guys. I mean, look at the fucking Pope, for instance. I'll give you another piece. See that? See that man with the iron rod? You see that verse right there? I'm going to read it to you. Just so you know, I compare verses with the now. It is overwhelming, but don't let it get to you. Huh? How about that? Don't let it get to you. All right, so Revelations 2:24, King James Bible. I only screw with the King James Bible. And God said you would know it in thine heart. It says, and he shall rule them with an iron rod. As the vessels of the potter shall they be broken to shivers, broken into pieces like clay pots, even as I receive of my Father. Broken down. So the Father breaks things down to them. But what they're doing is they're taking what he's breaking down to them and they're misusing it. And God already foretold that this would happen. Matthew 24:14, King James Bible. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for all witnesses unto all nations, and then the end shall come. Now, it's the first fucking page, guys. I've got pages and pages to back it all up. Like, I'm the proof master. All right? I'm not going to sit there with a fucking computer screen in your face and a voice talking. No, I want you to see my goddamn face. Excuse my language, Father God. But I want you to see my fucking face when I talk to you. I want you to see what I've worked hard to print out, to say for myself. Now, what was the last thing I said? Last thing I said was, and the gospel of all the kingdoms shall be preached unto all the world. There it is. And they did so. And they fucking did so. They are now creating a one world religion like the Bible said it would. Long before it ever happened. Now, I will be going into detail on all these topics. I will be reading. No, he's not the Antichrist at all. He's the second beast created in the first beast's image. And you probably might not want to hear this, guys, but you're going to have to. Trump is the first fucking beast. He's coming as our savior. He's preaching God. And it told you he would. And most people would fall for it. But we're smart enough to know better. Now, he met with the Pope. And together they will smash many nations like clay pots. Now, the Pope has an influence over 3/4 of the world's religions. Of all religions. So now you got to say to yourself, holy shit. That makes a lot of sense. Like a one world religion, the Pope is going to do that. And Trump is going to claim to be God. They are scripted, very fucking much so. Because he's got a teleprompter in front of him telling him what to say. Now you do know Trump, he's the Antichrist. I can't say it any more than that. And I can prove it to you over and over and over again. I mean, if you look to his past and now look to his future, he's pretending to be a different fucking person because he's president. Alright? I'm not even going to bring up the grab the pussy remark or any other shit because that would be, and I did bring it up. So forgive me, Father God. But that's immature. It's very immature to do that. But I do, like God said, sometimes you have to go back to your past to be able to figure out the future. So to know where we're going, we have to go back sometimes. We have to go backwards. Now, do you believe in time manipulation? Do you believe that D-Wave and CERN are controlling time and creating the Mandela effect? Yes, I fucking believe all these things tie into one another. No. Obama wasn't the phony. Obama wasn't the phony, and I can prove it to you right now because the Bible says that our Savior would have the hair of wool, the skin of bronze, and the feet of clay. All right? Those are three significant things right there. And everything comes in a pack of threes. All right? 2s, 3s. Okay? So, the hair of wool, the skin of bronze, and the feet of clay. Have you looked at Obama when he was on his motherfucking little trip? And Obama's the only one that mentions Jesus Christ's name in his speeches, or some of his speeches. Trump doesn't mention Jesus Christ at all. At all. But it does say that the devil has to pay homage and worship and has to pray to God every day. And what the fuck is Trump doing? Every day Trump gives a speech to the world. Every fucking day. Repeat that one more time. Because I find that very interesting because that's... myself has also gotten a hold of myself. And some of the information that I have received was from myself. All right, so yes, the Awake Project. So there is a W. The W, Jonathan Click. I don't know if you know who he is, but the W, he pretty much exposed it. But I don't know if he's on the complete right track. I don't know if you guys watch Jonathan Click or some of these people like Rap the News. They're building these metal boxes with wood frames and then metal around them. They're called Faraday cages. And if you don't know what a Faraday cage is, look it up. It'll tell you. Whatever's inside of it is safe and protected from all electrical currents. So if lightning hit the fucking box, you're safe. Okay, good. Good. That's very good. Very well knowledged. So, but Jonathan Click, Rap the News, Half of them don't even know what the fuck this thing is that they're building. They're just saying that they're being told by God. Now, the ones like me and the rest of them that don't build these things, it's for a reason. I don't want to say this without sounding like fucking stupid or crazy or anything, but God is trying to preserve them as a natural state. He's trying to keep them pure. So he's putting them away. He's packaging them up. He's wrapping them up in a bow so they don't get affected. But people like us that don't have a Faraday cage, the ones that when it happens, we're going to change drastically. Some will die, but most will live. But we will have abilities. I already do. I already have abilities. And I've proved it already a couple different fucking times. And I can prove it again. But that's, I guess, James Kelly, listen, be very careful what the fuck you're saying. I could say whatever the fuck I want because these motherfuckers can't touch me. They can't touch me. At all. I'm wanted by the law, just so you know. I'm not going to hide that from you guys. I am wanted by the law. All right? Now, 10 years statute of limitations. I'm laughing out loud too, brother. Believe it. Now, here's the thing. They're afraid of me. If they weren't afraid of me, they would have came for me a long time ago. But they're afraid of me because they know the things I can do. I was teaching people when I was in jail the last time on how to do things. And they put me in the fucking box because of it. They put me in a fucking little cell by myself on the top floor, very hot, with very little food. You know why they do that? That's special treatment for special people. Yeah. Wow. You're damn right. It's called special treatment for special people. They want to malnourish you. Very good, Andy Key. But like I said, do not run around telling people that you have these abilities because you cannot trust no one. And I fucking mean it from the deepest sincerities of my heart. You cannot trust anyone. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I can say whatever I want because they can't touch me. And I'm going to prove it to you. But first, every human in the world has the ability to do everything. Telekinesis, telecommunications, psychokinesis, water hydrokinesis. Every fucking thing you can think of is possible. What they're doing is they're branching off and giving them names. They're giving them a tree of life. There's no such thing as a tree of life for these abilities. They all coexist and coincide in one. You know what? I'm not gonna say it doesn't count. Being a world-class sprinter just shows that you have an ability that most people don't. So that right there in itself tells you that you are somebody. You're not a nobody. Okay? But God said having the faith of a mustard seed. Just the faith of a mustard seed. Now, a mustard seed is the smallest seed on the planet. But it's the biggest tree to grow. Okay? Now, there are so many things I know. Like the canyons, the Grand Canyons, these things that look like fucking sawed-off trees. Yeah, these huge ass sawed-off looking trees. Yeah, they were real. They petrified in time because their roots went deep. The earth has been collapsing in on itself, becoming smaller and smaller, until eventually it becomes a ball of lava. And this is our last rodeo. It's about to become a ball of lava. because the earth is cracking open now more and more now than ever. All the volcanoes are alive and awake. We're all about to die. I mean, there's no stopping it. God said we're all gods, but we'll die like mere mortals. And I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to fucking fear porn anybody or any of that shit. But you must know the gist of things. You must know that there is another place for our soul or whatever the fuck is in us to go. As long as we try to purify ourselves. But before that happens, we're going to become supernatural. Hell fucking right that is. You're damn right. Listen, I'm not gonna shoot you down because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to tell you you're only as good as you want to be or as good as you try to be. I'm not going to beat you around the bush. I'm not going to hit you in the head. Yeah, you're great. You're great. No, I honestly don't know if that's good or not. But from what you're saying, it must be good. It must be good. Because you wouldn't be saying it. You wouldn't be proud of it if it wasn't. You wouldn't even say it. So therefore, yes, be proud. Be very proud. And continue what you do. But don't you think that maybe, just maybe, you're running fast if you continue to have faith in that when whatever comes, and I already told you what's coming, it's going to create an electromagnetic interference with our bodies because everything's electrical. Our neurons in the brain, our heart, everything runs off of electricity. The vibrations of the earth. We don't even ground our fucking feet in the earth no more. We wear rubber soles underneath because they created that. They created a house for us to live in to even separate us further. Your next life is not death, like God said, not of the physical. It's death of the previous life you had. Okay, that's a good thing that you guys are ready. But here's the thing. God's not talking about actually physically dying because God said you would be taken up in the flesh. He did say that in the Bible, that you would be taken up in the flesh. What he's talking about is the old life died and the new life was born. So when this planet comes, it's got an electromagnetic interference and it's going to change our chemistry in ways that we cannot even conceive. So if you're a fast runner, right, and you like to run fast, think about The Flash, the episodes of The Flash. When this shit comes and it alters you, you're going to know it. You're going to fucking know it. You're going to feel it in your body. Because I can feel the electrical interference. Right, it's telling me I got low battery, so I ain't got much time left, guys. But so if you can run really fast, and that's what you really cherish, and that's what you really love, chances are that you're going to be able to run like 80,000 times faster than that. So you're going to become like the Flash. Let's say your abilities are to move objects back and forth. All right, well, it'll amplify. That's what I mean. So your running will amplify. You may run and run into a fucking car and flip over it and say, what the fuck was that? But you'll figure out how to control it later on if you don't kill yourself first. Because we're all gods, but we'll die like mere mortals. You understand? Now you understand the piece that God said to us? We're all gods, but we'll die like mere mortals. So we will have the abilities, and there's most people on the earth have abilities, but they're just too afraid to come out and say anything. It does make sense. But they're too afraid, and a lot of people tell me that I make a lot of sense because I break things down into great detail. And that is my thing. I'm a detailed person. I like information, I like knowledge, but I like it when people can understand it. I can't just spit something out to you like, hey, here's a gun, pull the trigger, now they're dead. No. You got to understand what the consequences are behind it, and this, that, and third. And it's a lot, fellas, ladies, gentlemen. It's a lot. So basically, what I'm saying is we all have to start somewhere. Like me moving objects. Yeah, I can move fucking objects. I've been doing it for like fucking 7 years now. And God said, don't let the flame die. And that's what he's talking about. Keep stoking the fire, which means keep feeding it. Keep going on and on and on. Don't give up. And don't give up in him, because he told you about it first. So because he told you about it first and you learned from that, you must not give up on him. So now here's the thing, right? So I'm starting to lose track, but let's say I can move objects. Now I've been moving them for 7 years. It's not the best. I'm not the strongest. I haven't been doing it constantly or paying as much attention as I probably should have been. But whatever I learned and know and can do, by the time this thing comes in, I'm going to be able to do 100 times that. And once you realize how to do it, it becomes easier. But my problem is here's the problem. We've all fucked ourselves a little bit. Un poquito. I'm not going to say we fucked ourselves completely, because the government doesn't have any control of it. And the AI are watching us right now. The AI are watching us. They've been watching us. They want to know who we are, where we are, and how we do what we do. They want to know what type of abilities we have. They want to know who we are, and they want to know how to stop it before it gets out of control. Because the artificial intelligence, my friends, are the demons being ripped from the other dimension to ours. They can't come here unless we build them a host body. It's like me living on a planet 1,000,000 light years away. And I know you exist, but I want to come to your fucking planet so bad, but how am I going to do it? So I send you out a radio signal, and I tell you, oh, build this. This will benefit this. This will benefit that. So now you trust me. So now I teach you how to build a portal. I said, let us come through. But first, it's a host body, an artificial intelligent body. But these things are really real. They're trying to come here. They're trying to get inside of our skin. They want to be us. Okay? That's what they mean by looking in a mirror. There's so many things going on, but what I want to beg and I want to plead with you guys is please, please keep what you know or what you could do to a very limited scale, and do not tell nobody. From here on out, don't even tell me. Let me explain things to you, and let you yourself say, I don't even know this fucking guy, and yet he's saying exactly what I know that I've never told anybody. So therefore, I'm the guy that knows what you thought but never said. Does that make sense to you? Hey guys, listen, my battery's about to die, and I've been on here for 54 minutes, which is pretty good. Pretty good for a 35% battery. All right, listen, I don't know if I'm coming back on tonight. I don't think so. It's 1:39 a.m. and I want to get some sleep. But I will do another view tomorrow or today, just when I wake up. But please, guys, I don't know how to send out a notification to anybody of when my thing will start. So what I'll do is I'll make a premature video. As long as you guys subscribe, I'll make a premature video, probably like an hour to a half an hour in advance, letting you guys know that I will be coming on the channel live. So then you guys will have a heads up to watch out for me. All right? Can I get I don't know if you guys believe in God or not, but listen, by the time I'm done, you will. Okay, good. Good, Andy. Good. Thank you, Andy. And listen, Andy, I want to give you a shout out for being such a loyal, faithful subscriber and a watcher of mine. You stuck it through for a whole 54 minutes. And yeah, God bless you, brother. God bless you, brother. James Kelly, let me give you a shout out, brother, for sitting there and watching me. I understand. I understand, James. Nobody's asking you to pick or choose anything. Just asking you to keep an open mind. The more you hear and the more you see and the more proof that you have to put behind it is better than somebody else out there telling you something but can't back it up because they haven't done the research. All they could do is tell you don't know shit. Have you ever, real quick before I end this stream, have you guys ever encountered the fucking simple fact that somebody's told you you're wrong all the time, but yet they don't have any proof to back you up that you're wrong? They're just saying you're wrong, like as if they're trying to disgust you, deter you, and ruin you. Of course, I know. I go through it all the time. Right, James and Andy. I go through it constantly. I'm being told I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm told that it's a conspiracy, but when the conspiracy is proven to be right, I'm told that, no, I took it from the news channel and I just repeated what they said. Now, a person that doesn't want to be wrong at all will always try to prove themselves right and you wrong at all times. And the problem is if you prove them wrong, they will go to great lengths to throw you in prison, have you killed, or whatever, because their fucking mentality in their mind is so to the point to where they can't be proven wrong. They got to be proven right at all times. And they got to be the head of attention. So they got to be able to say, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're crazy. It's all in your fucking head. You're just another nutcase. Well, where's your proof that I'm a nutcase? I'm showing you paperwork. I'm showing you Bible verses that go with history. Now. History now. Not something way back in the past that, because let me tell you something, they didn't have dams. Exactly, James. But let me tell you something. When it comes down to the dams, the 57,000 dams, they didn't have these 2,000 years ago. They may have had little ponds, but they didn't have 57,000 dams. And the fucking Bible verse goes perfect with all of this stuff. All of it. You know, but I say this to anybody who has doubt in anything that we say as a community. Prove us wrong. They can't. And they won't. They will just spit words. We will show knowledge and information. And it will drive them nuts. And they will go to the great lengths to just about kill us or put us in prison or set us up. Because they don't want what we're about to give. And that tells you who they are, doesn't it? Tells you that they work for the dark side. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it. That's the fucking funny part about it. They don't even know. They don't even know who they're working for. Because they don't have an open mind. All I ask is that you have an open mind. If you don't believe in it, tell me you don't believe in it. Get off my channel. But if you believe and I make sense to you, tell me I make sense. Give me a comment here or there. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, make it worth my while to know that well, number one, I always know that I'm on the right course because God's going to tell me if I am or ain't. He's not going to allow me to mislead you people. The children of God, He's not going to allow me to mislead you. Period. I work for Him, not me. I don't do this because I want to.